Good day and welcome back, DoomTubers. I don't know what the deal is. 2 games in less than 24 hours that I finished. What's going on? This is a game that actually started last year. And I just finished it today. I probably could have finished it before the end of the year. Because I played it for, I don't know, 5 hours today. But I played it last night some too, I guess. I don't know. Very interesting game, to say the least. El Shaddai, Ascension of the Metatron. I always want to say just Ascension of Metatron. Very, very interesting game. Good. Good as in I had fun with it. It's kind of your, I don't know, visually impressive hack and slash game. The story is so hard to follow for me, and that's the main drawback to me is like the story is just so the whole time you're playing. Basically, you're this character named Enoch, sent by God to Earth to find and bind these 7 fallen angels that have built this tower, and humans worship them and stuff. And basically, they've put up some kind of sort of veil, and they're hidden from God's eyes. So He sends you, Enoch, to go and defeat them. And you're given, you're guided by the archangels who give you advice and things like that, and eventually you get like an overboost power that where they actually help you. So when you attack, you like see the archangel like come in and swing a punch, when you attack and that sort of stuff. So I mean there is some cool things like that. And you use what they refer to as God's weapons, and there's 3 of them. In the beginning, you're just given the arch, which looks kind of like a bow and arrow, but it's just you hold it by the staff, and then it's got like a wavy looking thing on it. Whatever. And it's pretty cool weapon. It's just your basic slashing kind of weapon. The second one you get is called a goodness. I want to say it's called a veil. And the veil is just this little floating disc that hovers around you, around your back, and it like allows you to shoot these projectile weapons. So it's it's the only ranged weapon. And I can't remember what the last one's called for the life of me. Now that I'm sitting here, I don't know. Anyway, it's like a shield. It's 2 parts, but when you put one on each arm, and then when you hold it together, it's a perfectly round shield. But then you hold it out, and it's just a really big, blunt object kind of weapon. So it's got the best defense and also the best blunt force. But you have to be right up on them, and it's kind of hard to use. It makes you slower, and there's not as much like aerial abilities. So yeah, the weapons are kind of cool. The arch is probably the most useful one, and probably the one that you'll use the most, simply because it has a second ability. Its second ability is it allows you to float while you're falling downwards. And this is it's your basic hack and slash game, but there is a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot of platforming in this game, and it's not easy, especially for a guy like me. I'm not very good at platformers. I was cussing a lot. I had a heck of a time with some of these stages, some of the platforming in these stages. It's like, good grief. Some of them were 2D side-scrolling platforming, and those were a little bit easier, but there's a lot of places where the things you stand on fall and that sort of stuff, so you got to be quick. And but the really tough ones were the 3D platformers where you had to, all directions, and my depth perception was off on a lot of them. So and there's one of the latter stages. There's these moving platforms. It's a long line of big columns that are swinging back and forth, and you have to jump onto each column, and they're not swinging in the same direction. You're like, they're off, so you like time your jumps, and my depth perception was way off on this. It took me a good hour, I would say, to get through that section. Thankfully, it was actually the last section of platforming in the game. It's strange because it's when you are dying in the battles, if you just mash all the buttons all at once, the archangels come and rescue you, basically. So you don't really ever die. And you don't really have a health meter either. Your health is pretty much based on how much armor you have on. And you can see your armor break away and kind of flake off as you're getting beat up. So you know when you're down to just your jeans that you're wearing and no shirt, you're pretty close. And then there's like a red glow on the top of the screen that shows that you're, not in good shape. But as far as the platforming goes, when you fall down, it just puts you back up at the beginning. But if you fall a certain number of times, then it gives you a game over. And then you can restart. You just continue, and there's unlimited continues, and you just continue from right there. But then you'll often have to go and redo some things, and yeah, it's a pain in the butt. But all in all, I will say it was a fun game. There was one it was kind of an out of place stage, but I say that, but I'll explain that in a second. Where you're riding a motorcycle, and that stage was awesome. That was actually probably the most fun in the game, actually. I don't know, it was weird. You were very fast on a motorcycle, and just, yeah, the visuals were great. And I'm not one for driving or racing games, but if more of them were like this stage on this game, I would probably be into them, because it was very cool. The reason I say it was kind of out of place, but really a lot of the scenery and the landscapes were kind of off, but it was because it was almost like a fantasy world. Each level of the tower represented a different one of the fallen angels and whatever they were into. So each level of the tower was very odd. And one of them was like a futuristic city, and that's the one where you had the motorcycle, yeah, racing through town. And yeah, it was very cool. All in all, I guess I recommend this game. It's pretty cheap, it's pretty short, and it's, I don't know, it's pretty fun. But the story is very odd. I don't know. It seemed like it would be a really good story, and from what I gathered, I think it was a pretty good story. But man, I was pretty much lost the whole time. I was just pretty much just going, just doing what I was supposed to do. Whatever. It was good fun. Like I said, pretty short game. I think less than 10 hours. I think, or right around that. I think is about all I put into it. And I just beat it on easy. And there is also normal and hard and extra hard difficulties. But I don't think you can unlock the hard and extra hard difficulties until you beat easy or normal. So, I don't know if I'll play it again on a different difficulty to get the achievements. Maybe. I don't know. I like getting achievements, but I'm not like an achievement whore. You know, I gotta go back and get them on a lot of them. I like having them. You know, it's kind of a new thing for me. Achievements on Xbox 360. I just don't know if I enjoyed the game enough to go and do that. So, can't say that I will or I won't. So anyway, that's it. That's all I got for El Shaddai Ascension of the Metatron for the Xbox 360. I believe it's on the PS3 as well. It's alright. That's all I can say. I spent like 15 bucks on this, brand new, at Dollar General of all places. So if you can find it on the cheap and you're looking for a really visually good, okay hack and slash game, here it is. But that's about the only way I can recommend it. So, anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you liked this video, or subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and all that good stuff. And I will leave you with that. So, once again, thanks for watching. Doomwaves out.